How do you know your frequency? How do you know how developed you are? How do you know how aware you are? How do you know how far you have come? Uh, this is, of course, not an easy question to answer, but I will give you my take on it in this video. My name is Mia Isaksson. I'm Swedish and I'm doing my best to explain things in English as well because I want to reach a bigger audience. Yes, how do we know our frequency? And then we need to define what is low frequency and what is high frequency. And as always, there is always different ways to look at things, and I will tell you what is low frequency and high frequency according to me. And if you have another opinion, it's totally fine. We have free will, free choice. Uh, I want to see the low level, at least from the perspective on this planet, on Earth. Uh, I can explain it like if someone is doing something bad to you, you can respond in different ways. So a very low level is that if someone hurts you, you kill them, or you torture them, or you do very bad, physically bad stuff towards them. And you can do this, uh, of course, in levels as well. So from torture and killing, you can fight, you can just get upset and punch them, and but it's still different level of a very low frequency where we want to fight, we want to kill, we want revenge, we want to hurt them, we want to punish, we want them to feel pain. So any kind of this frequency is, according to me, one of the lowest we can find here on the planet. Uh, if there are lower, I don't even want to go there today. So we start with that as the lowest point in this lecture, and from there uh, you can go into where you don't do this on a physical level, but you can do it on a psychological and mental level, where you hate them, you want to see them punished, even if you're not so low that you kill them yourself, but you would like to see them harmed by someone else, something else. Maybe you try to, get to them, but in another way. Maybe you start to play games. Maybe you try to trick them, try to win over them, try to make them lose things. Maybe you talk bad about them behind their back. Maybe you even, actually do something to make their life worse, or so they have somehow they get punished, but not by hitting them or torture them or killing them, but you're still in it is still a little bit of the same energy, that you really want to harm them, but you do it in a more energetic, mental and psychological level. Maybe you make sure they don't get the promotion, they don't get this job. Maybe you make them lose their friends. Maybe you torture them psychologically in a relationship. You start to try to make them jealous. somehow you try to have your revenge and hurt them, but on another level. But it's still the same quite low energy, I would like to say. And the interesting thing is that we can only be aware of the levels below our own level. You you cannot know what you don't know. That if you don't know that another level exists, uh, you think that the level you are on, that's the reality. That's the way to behave. That's the only way we can deal with these things, because that's the reality you are in. But then when we get to the next level, we can see the levels below, but we can never see levels above. It doesn't matter. Even if I go to a higher frequency, there will always be higher levels that I'm not aware of. So I can't, maybe I can try to imagine or fantasize and dream about it, but I don't know, I don't know. So the people that think that killing others is the only way to solve an issue. If you think that if someone hurt you, you need to hurt them back. If that's the reality, that you think this is how it is, then that's how it is for you. And how can we then start to go to a higher level? We need to learn that there are other levels. And if you look at my last video about being unconsciously unaware, we need to realize that we don't know anything. Yes, we know anything, but we don't know everything. And we need to accept that and start to open up for that there are more levels. So what could the next level be, for example? It is that I listen to a video and I read a book, or I somehow realize that, okay, there is a higher frequency than trying to to make these people suffer and try to win, or revenge, or hatred, or killing, or whatever. And I realized, okay, I have been on a low level, and now I mentally realized that there is a higher level. But the thing is that this level doesn't come automatically. Only because I heard that there is another level, and even if I can even realize, that sounds more bright light, loving, nice. It's not so easy to change. So if you, for example, if you're in a relationship and you got hurt by your partner, and revenge is the way that you have been taught to do it, you need to start to spy on yourself, to be aware of in what way do you do this revenge thing. And there are so many ways that you can do it. You can punish people in so many different ways. You can punish them by not showing them love. You can punish them by making their world falling apart. You can use different power games. You can have passive power using to destroy, to make the other person confused, or to make the other person lose energy. Or there's so many ways you can use to in some way have your revenge, or to hurt this person back. So you need to start to ask yourself, in what way am I doing this? And when you start to be aware of things like that, it doesn't feel very nice, because you realize I'm quite a bad person, and still you can't really help yourself, because that's the part of the process. And like I said in the last video again, the second square, where you start to be aware that you are unaware, it could be very painful to realize that you have been doing things on a low level, and now you realize that there is a higher way to do it, but you still can't really reach it. Or maybe you can do it for a while. Again, the third square, that where you start to be a little bit more conscious, and you can, as long as you are aware, as long as you can really focus on it, you can control yourself a little bit, and you can start to act from a higher frequency. But as soon as anything distract you, it can be stress, if you're hungry, thirsty, tired, if somebody else did something to you, if there's anything in your environment that is not really good, then your energy level gets a little bit lower, and then you can't control yourself anymore. Then you will go back to this old manners, the old patterns that you have been using. And then you will, of course, feel more terrible than you did before, because now you realize what you're doing. When you didn't know, then you thought that was the only way to do it. But now you start to realize that there are a better way and I can't do it. Then it's very easy to start to feel ashamed, you blame yourself, you feel guilt, you feel bad, you feel not worthy. And of course, all those emotions bring you down to a lower level again, which make it even more difficult for you to have this relationship on a higher level. So it can even go that far that you think that this person make you feel so miserable, so then you want to punish this person even more, so you even degrade, you get down again. And as always, important that you try to be nice to yourself. Don't punish yourself, don't put guilt on your shoulders. At least you are aware that you are an idiot, which is a much better place than being an idiot and don't know about it. And we all have to go through this. You are not the only one. And every new thing that we realize that, oh shit, what am I doing? I need to change this behavior. We need to go through this process. And for every time you manage to just control your behavior one time, it gets easier. For every step that you get more and more aware, it gets more and more easy. So be nice to yourself and don't give up, and try to really believe in the process, that if you just start to open your eyes and you do small things every day, your level will increase, your frequency will be higher, and sooner or later this level will be automatic for you. It will be integrated in you, in your life, the way to behave, and this will be natural. Like, I can't understand how this could be a problem before. But then we have another level, and then maybe you come to realize that nobody is actually hurting you because they want to hurt you. So you don't even have to be upset. You can start to respond with, if someone hurts you, you can respond with love. And Of course, when I say it, it depends on your level. If you're very low, you will get upset and say, "That's really crazy. I will never accept that these people are doing this." Then I'm saying it's okay, and they need to know that they did something wrong. They need to get punished, and so on. Maybe you are on a higher level and say that maybe, but I'm not really there yet. Or maybe you say that, yeah, I really get it. And then on a mental level, you totally agree, and you say, yeah, this is of course the way to do it. But from realizing that, yeah, this sounds good. I want to be like that. There is a journey to get there, and maybe you start to fake this because your mind says, oh, it's not good to be this low. It's much better to be here on this high level. And then you want to fake it. So you pretend that you love them, but inside somewhere is still something that wants to kill them. And you can, like, pending from this lower, higher. Okay, I understand. Just turn the other cheek, and then there. Then sometimes you feel like, oh, but I don't want to. I really want to, you know. So, and this is also a part of the process. Uh, it when you are getting used to the new frequency, you still are on this third square that I talked about last video. That uh, as long as you are balanced, as long as everything is good in your life, so you can really focus, then you can do it. It's the same with driving the car. If you are not in balance emotionally, you need to focus more on the road, because you feel I'm so upset and distracted, so I don't really know what I'm doing. So I really have to think about driving now, so I don't do anything stupid. It's the same here. As soon as you get distracted somehow, and things make your energy level goes down, it will be more difficult for you to hold on to this high level. And I don't think we need to go much more higher, because it's not so very many people on this planet that has the more higher perspective of life, which everything is just pure light. And I don't even know if that's where we are supposed to go in this lifetime. So I will leave you with this, and I hope that you can be more excited to try to develop, and be more nice and allowing, and humble to yourself, and don't judge yourself. Try to see this journey as something interesting, something nice, and we will get there. And I'm not saying this because I am perfect. I've been there, done that. I have gone through. I didn't kill anyone, but almost. Uh, so don't feel ashamed of yourself. Feel proud, because you actually are in the process and you're working on it. I wish you all the best. A lot of love to everyone out there fighting for getting more awareness. Take care, and hope to see you soon again. Bye.